Well, they say that you're a fool. You believe in magic.
I'm Paranormal Pete, and I'm on a journey to seek answers to the questions that have crossed all of our minds. What happens to us when we die? Is there an afterlife? I'm a regular guy who discovered the gift of psychic mediumship in my 30s. My passion for history and the unknown have put me right here, right now. My mantra for anything paranormal is, we don't know much and anything is possible. Join me as we find our way through the stories, evidence, and experiences of the paranormal and beyond in search of answers, even if that leads to more questions. Are you with me?
Some hocus pocus filling up inside. And I think somebody's making
Hey everybody, welcome to the Paranormal Pete Show with your host Pete Orbea. It's episode 3, and I can't believe it's already almost through August. I don't know how many people out there feel like it's gone way too fast. August has sped right on by. Go ahead and say hey in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from or listening. And throughout the show, feel free to ask questions, and we'll do our best to answer them. We got a lot to talk about tonight. I'm really excited for tonight's special guest, who I know very well and have spent a lot of time in the field of the paranormal with. We've got Mary Bethune and Mike Corey from the Peninsula Paranormal Society, or Team O.P.P.S. That sounds pretty cool. So I got them on tonight. We're going to be talking about something you probably don't normally think of in paranormal investigating. And we're also going to be sharing some audio pieces that were recently captured here in Port Gamble. And we'll be sharing some stories as well. So we got Michelle joining in on YouTube. Thanks. Hey, thanks for being here. And another troublemaker on the Team O.P.P.S team, Linda. Thanks for watching. And Katie, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here, everybody. And Kelly, thanks to Kelly and the Sacred Spiral Network. That's what brings you this show. Go to sacredspiralnetwork.com. We got Brian Blackwood. What's up, man? Thanks for watching. So, yeah, go to sacredspiralnetwork.com, and you'll get to see all the different shows that are on each day, and there's a lot of great content. And so if you're looking, to be lifted and lift your energy every week, there's so many different shows there. It's kind of therapeutic in a way, so you should definitely subscribe to the network and check out all the shows that are on there. But big thanks to Sacred Spiral Network. So episode 3 here, and I got some things coming up. Fall ghost walks. I haven't got my dates posted yet, so I will get those out this weekend at www.portgambleparanormal.com. So I'll have all those posted there for the fall and winter and spring. So we'll get those up there, and taking September, from now until September off, not only for myself, but also to give the long-term residents here where I do the tours, give them a rest also. So those will be coming up. We also have the 16th annual Port Gamble Ghost Conference coming up. I believe it's the oldest ghost conference on the West Coast. It's November 7th through the 9th. And my 2 guests tonight, Mike and Mary, are both going to be speaking at the conference as well. Also, the station owner and producer, every part of the station, Kelly Brickle, she's going to be coming up for the Ghost Conference as well, and doing a numerology gallery reading and demonstration, along with teaching a class. So you definitely want to check it out. It's at .com, and there's links at gambleparanormal.com, but that's coming up November 7th through the 9th, and we've got all the classes listed on the website. And all the ticketing for the classes goes live on September 1st at 10 in the morning. And so you'll be able to get classes there. Thanks, Kelly. She says, it's an honor. Thanks for having me. Of course. I'm glad to have you there at the conference. But yeah, all the classes you'll be able to get tickets for starting September 1st, but they're all up on the website at portgamble.com. So check that out, and you'll get to see the amazing speaker lineup that we have this year. And I'm working on a surprise special event, and hopefully I'll be able to make some announcements in the next week or so. Bringing a very special, unique to Port Gamble experience to the Ghost Conference. So that's all I'll say for now. And unless Mary tries to get it out of me, but we'll see. So I also, since my last show in July, I attended the West Sound True Crime Con, and that was August 1st through 3rd. It was hosted by author Greg Olson, who was a guest of the show recently. And he had speakers from all over the place, wonderful authors. And it was such a cool event. I went to a couple of the various events around Kitsap County where it was held. Be on the lookout for the second annual next year around the same time, and it's westsoundcrime.com if you want to check that out. It was a wonderful experience. I got to bring the paranormal side to the True Crime Conference, so it was a total honor to do that. Got to play some fun EVPs and disembodied voices, and got to just talk about ghosts, and to a packed room, which was great. And so it was an honor to be there. Glad to be there. And got Mallory checking in. Hello, thanks for watching. So yeah, that was great. I had such a fun experience, and looking forward to doing more with Greg and his group of awesome people down there. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then, of course, next spring in late March, you got the Oregon Ghost Conference coming up. It's a conference I've been going to for a long time now. I think this will be my 14th time going, somewhere around there. Wonderful conference, OregonGhostConference.com. Check that out. That is a wonderful conference that I think is very complementary between the Port Gamble and the Oregon Ghost Conference. So definitely check that out. That's OregonGhostConference.com. So that's coming up in March. And then a good friend of the show, Michael. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for being here. Well, I'm one of the best friends of the show, my sis. Hey, Melissa. Thanks for being here. Well, I blabbed on, I think, long enough. I'll be introducing my guest here, and we've got a really, I think, cool conversation for you guys tonight. So first, I'll be introducing Mary Bethune. She's been local paranormal investigator for 16 years, co-founder, past team lead, current co-case manager for Olympic Peninsula Paranormal Society. She's an avid instrumental transcommunication researcher and practitioner, specializing in the ghost box and direct voice radio communication. So we'll be asking Mary some things about that. From young age, Mary's had prophetic dreams and has seen and heard spirits. Just so you know, I kind of call her eagle ears, because she hears everything during an investigation. If she hears it, it shows up on your audio file. So she's also an afterlife researcher, hoping to teach and help everyone realize that life goes on after death. She's actively involved with the Spirit Contact team at the North American Station, and was trained by Rochelle Wright in repair and reattachment grief therapy, which opens up communication with those on the other side. She's been a medical practitioner for 50 years from Bremerton, Washington. Let's welcome Mary to the show. Hey, Mary.
Hey, everybody, hi. Thanks for having me on, Pete.
Yeah, thanks for, absolutely. Always enjoy having you on. I had you as guest a couple times before,
Yep.
and but it's fun tonight. We get to bring Mike on board with us.
Yeah.
Mike started with Team O.P.P.S in 2012, and throughout most of his adult life, he's had a fascination with the paranormal. After spending his free time watching shows such as Ghost Hunters, Mike wanted to experience firsthand what it was like to participate in real-life investigations. His goal is to prove to himself and to others the existence of spirits, and while Mike is skeptical, he's devoted to the pursuit of undeniable proof. And that speaks to Mike perfectly. Welcome to the show, Mike. Thanks for being here, man.
Hi guys.
So me and Mike both joined Team O.P.P.S like at the same time.
I think so.
Yeah, and we got lots of people saying hi. Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Hi.
Brian.
Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Your partner in crime,
Oh,
Linda.
Linda.
So, Mike, I kind of wanted to. I love your bio and how you wrote it, because I kind of feel it was like the same for me. What kind of got me into the paranormal since joining a team and doing an investigations. Where do you kind of fall on? Are you still very skeptical, or are you kind of more open skeptic now, believer? Like, where do you think after all these years in investigating and experiencing things, where do you kind of stand?
I kind of stand as far as the spirit world is. It's still it's such a mystery still. And to
Yeah.
prove something that is not there is probably one of the hardest things to do. And so, but my job is to explain to somebody that has never experienced it, to actually have proof to them by video or audio, to say, okay, I can't say this is a ghost, but try to explain what you just heard or what you just saw. I'm not going to say that I would say that I'm probably the most skeptical on the team, just because my logical mind it's hard to flip my logical mind into something that you can't
Yeah.
see, hear, or touch. But for some reason, we pick up EVPs and we see things on video, something that we can't explain. But uh,
Yeah.
I still can't say whether it's a ghost or something else, but it's definitely pushing me towards that, though,
Okay.
on those
Yeah.
things.
Well, I think, the more times you have experiences or you go through that moment of something unexplained, it, it changes your beliefs, after a while. Michelle's commenting, she might challenge you on that, Mike, on being the most skeptical on the team, I think is maybe what she's saying. I don't know. But that's a great answer. I think, that's a great place to be. You have to have that skepticism and, logical or analytical thinking. Michelle says yes. So yeah, she's going to challenge you on that. So,
Bring it on.
I mean, what do you think should? Here's kind of a deeper question for you, Mike. What do you think should happen when someone gets proof, not evidence? When someone gets that proof, what do you think should happen?
Well, the thing is that I don't want to be uh, religious or anything, but it's like you're trying to prove like there's a God or something like that. It's up to it's how you interpret it. If somebody comes to me and shows me a picture of an apparition that just shows up, um, my first thought is, no, that can't be right. Or I have to figure out, you know, was something doctored or something like that. Because really, unless you're there, it's really hard you don't know the circumstances of what things were happening. It could have been a
Right.
reflection off a mirror. It could have been something like that. So
Sure.
but if I can't explain it, do I say it's paranormal? I just say that it's something I can't explain. And it's up to
Yeah.
the viewer, it's up to the person that sees it, whether they believe it's a spirit or not. I can't rightly say that it is or not until I'm really,
Yeah.
you know, unless we all pass away. We really don't know. Uh,
Right.
you know, but my job is, to me, is like, I'm trying to show somebody something that they've that they've never experienced,
Yeah.
or you know, and get them the feeling of what it's like to be a ghost hunter.
Yeah.
And it's a very
Exactly.
interesting, it's a very interesting job, to say the least.
By the way, to everybody watching or listening out there, when someone says unexplained, it's unexplained, they're a skeptic. That's what they say when they can't explain it. It's unexplainable. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna. I'm
Yes.
just giving you a hard time, Mike. But
Oh, that's okay.
so Mary, I've feel like you and I have had many paranormal
Yeah.
experiences together over the years. You seem to be kind of a magnet for activity,
Mhm.
or if there's reported activity in a place, it seems to come out when you're there.
Yeah.
You hear these, you hear the voices, the spirits,
Mhm.
um, when nobody else can. So I have a sense you're more on the believer side, but um, same question to you. Like, if you got proof, just you had proof, not evidence of the paranormal or the afterlife. If you were able to capture proof, undeniable, what would you do with it? What would you hope the field of paranormal field would do it? Think of it.
Yeah.
I think of it like, what if somebody captures a Sasquatch? What's going to
Mhm.
happen to it? Is it going
Yeah.
to get dissected in a lab, or what should
Mhm.
if there we get proof of the afterlife that's undeniable, what do you think we should do?
That's a tough question because so many people don't understand the afterlife or don't believe in the afterlife. Now, I have to agree, married a man. I have, I have to agree with some of what you guys said in terms of skepticism. But what's interesting is something you said. If you collect undeniable proof, and that proof is usually evidence, but that evidence has to be validated. So that's my 50 cents on that. And
Yeah.
Mike and I have done lots of that. We've talked about that kind of stuff a lot, and we've actually gotten a lot of good stuff together. But going back to your question, oh man, that I have often thought about that. Um, I personally would not put it out there. I might work with groups of people that I trust that eventually would be coming out because, as we all well know, the paranormal community can be real butts. I mean, they can be butt heads, let's face it.
Yeah.
And I know that there's a lot of like physicists and all kind of different scientists are working on proving the paranormal, but it's just not there yet.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I was watching this thing on UFOs the other night, and it was really good because they were talking about how they finally have a group. Exactly, they finally have a actual valid group now, not only based in the government but outside the government that collects evidence, UFO evidence, and they're scientists and they're doing all this different type of research trying to locate where are these UFOs coming from. And I was thinking, oh, gee, I wish we had something like that in the paranormal. I don't know if we do, but it would
Yeah.
be.
Well, where are the ghosts coming from?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? Yeah.
You know,
Well,
when
I
I
do
think,
think though. Oh, sorry, Mary. I
no,
do think though, if you have that much, it's almost like opening Pandora's box, because the second you have proof of this spirit, then
mm,
you get more questions than answers. Where'd they come from? Why are they here? Why aren't we
right,
seeing and experiencing it everywhere? But it's
mm,
only in certain areas. So
mm,
you
Yeah.
got to be careful of what
yeah,
you know. Be
Yeah.
careful of what you wish for.
yeah,
Exactly, because I don't think us humans in as a whole wouldn't be ready for that.
no, I don't think
Hmm.
so either.
You
People would
know?
flip. I mean, and
Yeah.
some people would probably commit suicide. I mean, I hate to say that, some people would, because they
Yeah.
don't want to be here. And that, if they know there's an afterlife, they go, I'm out of here. Screw this.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Yeah. I like what Lynn said too. The metaphysical community is
Yes.
still a collection of humans with plenty of
Mhm.
Yeah,
flaws.
absolutely. I was looking at it. I totally 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
for me, it's been a real, I've been doing, well, I've been psychic my whole life, but I've been doing the paranormal stuff for a while now. And when I first started out, I always thought that, ghosts were always over there somewhere. But as the years have gone by, I realized that, they're just like us, except they don't have a body.
Yeah.
And they come and go, you know. Some of them are residual, some of them are not, So, and Mike is right, when we investigate, and not all the time we say, oh, this is paranormal, because, we don't know. I mean, we
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a great way to put it. And just because I know Mary as a personal friend, when she's talking about spirits are there, they're just like us. I feel like Mary is like the Facts of Life. Remember that show from the 80s? She's got a
Yeah.
basement full. She's got a basement full of them
Yeah.
from her
Around.
job in the medical field, and
Oh, yeah.
So but you're a good person for that though, and
Thank you.
that's
Yeah,
why you are chosen for that.
I guess.
Yeah. Well, let's get into what you two have been researching lately. You guys have I don't know if it's not been done before, but I don't think how you guys are doing it has been done before.
Mhm.
But when you hear about, I'm going on a paranormal investigation, my team's going on a paranormal investigation, I'm going to go to this event that's a paranormal investigation, you don't often expect four-legged furry family members to show up for these investigations. You're thinking of humans are showing up to do investigations, but you both have a real love for dogs and animals, and so you've started to do some research using your dogs in paranormal investigation. Mary, tell us a little bit about what you are doing and like what you're doing with the dogs.
Okay. Well, I wanted to preface that a little bit with the history of the team. And I know Mike was on, I don't know if you were still on the team yet, but I had brought in my 150-pound English Mastiff
Oh,
Black
I was
Lab.
there. I was there.
Oh, that's right. You lately, and I thought, I'm just going to bring her up. And the team was great, of course. Every other says, yeah, bring her. So that kind of started the whole process for me. So what I learned through working with you lately is they kind of I think Mike and I were talking about this today. I think that they train us in a way,
Mm-hmm.
and we both feel. I don't know. What do you think, Mike? I mean, they have their senses are so much better than ours.
Well,
yeah.
the reason I chose, I like to do dogs, and
Mm-hmm.
first of all, it's our pets. We know our pets, but
Exactly.
the thing is that the problem with humans, if somebody says that house is haunted and you go in and you hear noises, you immediately think it's haunted.
Right.
Dogs and animals only go by what they hear, what they smell, what they
see.
their senses. And to me, I think if you can read your dogs, they give you the most honest answers back.
Yep.
Because there's no bias to, you can't tell a dog this house is haunted and they'll automatically freak out.
Yeah, they won't be jumpy going in. Right. Yeah.
Right. They're just they'll just tell you what they see or hear or smell. And I think it's the most honest way, where humans, the power of suggestion is so strong.
Oh yeah.
That sometimes it clouds our judgment. But dogs, they'll tell you what they see, smell, and hear, and they don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It is what it is to them.
Yeah.
And that's why
I
love using them.
Oh yeah, I mean it's really great. I mean it's they're not an instrument, of course, but they're kind of an extension of you. And having the experience with Eulalie was a natural. She just, boom, she was right
Mhm.
there. It was really cool. Um, but now with our new set of dogs, it's a little different. So it's a whole new learning curve for us. I think it is. I think Mike and I would agree, because these dogs, they're different dogs. They have different personalities,
Yep.
and we're trying to figure out, well, what are their cues to us? We're watching them, and they're watching us. So we're trying not to, like, if they go into a room, we're trying to see, are they going into a hot spot? How are they reacting? If we know it's a hot spot. Sorry about that. So yeah, I mean, it's a real learning curve. What do you think, Mike?
Well, yeah, and I think the more times that these dogs get experience,
Oops,
like you and I
sorry.
were talking about,
Be right back.
uh, the more that the more that they'll tell us. Because the thing is that when dogs go in first, they're going to be excited anyways. It's a new
Right.
place. But the more and more times that they go, um, and Mary, you're right. I think if you can train them, given enough time, that
Mm-hmm.
you can read them better, or you can
Yeah.
read them what this is new, never
Mm-hmm.
done that before, or like what we did is there are certain places we did it with three dogs, and all three dogs would not go in a certain area,
Yeah. Yeah. And
and
and we try to stay back. We try not to, like, oh, we try to stay calm, because dogs pick up on that. They pick up on energy
hmm
too. So yeah.
So what do you
and
do? What do you do? So there's an area where none of the three dogs wanted to, go
Mm-hmm.
into a certain area. Do you then put, some meters out, or start collecting data in that area to see if,
Mm-hmm.
like put audio out, do an audio session?
mhm.
What do you do when you find those signs that your dogs are kind of like, nope, not going there?
Not going in there. Well, you do a lot of audio. That's the main thing that I've been doing. We're starting to have people do video now and photographs. See if there's anything.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I do, and I did this with Eulalie, and she caught on pretty quick, is I'd always say, "Do you want to see ghosts?" And she would be like, "Yes." She'd be off. Yeah, well,
She was into it. She was
yeah,
into it.
yeah,
Yeah.
She
yeah,
loved it.
yeah. She really
Um,
did. Yeah.
so, so when it's almost like then if you capture some audio in an area where your dogs weren't going, then you kind
Mm-hmm.
of note that how they acted in a certain area. So next time when they act in that area, like maybe this is a spot
Right.
to, you
Right.
know,
hmm
Exactly.
collect
Yeah.
some evidence. And
Yeah.
so I don't see why, Mike, you were saying, if you can train them, and I think you totally can,
Yeah. I think so.
um, to give those signs, to point or whatever it is that your dog does.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Lynn's got basically what I was just saying. Dogs are trained to find drugs, bombs, and
Exactly.
cadavers. Why not
hmm
spirits?
You know,
Oh yeah.
If dogs love,
Eulalie.
yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just saying, Brian saying if dogs love people, then they might love ghostly
Of
people.
course. Yeah. Eulalie, I taught her to what she kind of taught me what she did. We were at the McCreevy house a long time ago, and we were walking through the entire house, and I didn't know any of the hot spots at that time. So and she'd go into the room, I said, and I said, "You want to see? Can you see ghosts?" She'd go in, and then we get to this one room, and she stops and sits down in front of the door and will not go into this room. Will not go in. I said, "Okay, something's going on here." So I did audio, took pictures, but what I found out is people have seen a woman. This house, nobody lives there, from the street walking back and forth in front of the window in that particular room. So her cue to me, she taught me, she stops and sits, and
Yeah.
that's it. She won't, you know. She won't.
It sounds like that's kind of like where they train us part.
Yeah,
They're training
absolutely.
you guys.
Hmm.
So I mean, how do you I mean, obviously you picked your pets, because you know them. What do you think makes a good candidate? Like, what kind? Is there a certain kind of dog that you think you would prefer over like a large breed versus a small breed, or in Mike's case, a monster giant breed versus a
Um,
regular sized dog? Like, is there have you thought about that? Like, is there a certain type of dog you think that might be more suited
No,
for it?
Mm-mm.
as far as I know, is that the number one thing. Hi, Lance. The number one thing is to know the dog,
Mhm.
um, to see what reactions, what is normal to them, what is not normal to them. I couldn't pick, pick Mary's dog, Layla, necessarily, and
Mhm.
read what she's giving me because I don't
Right.
know them.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know her. I know what my dogs will do,
Mhm.
and she knows what Layla will do.
Yeah.
Um, and and on the point of dogs, that's another thing too, is that because we always go into these places and we always try and draw out the spirits and uh, give them so they'll let us know that they're there. I do believe that dogs. How many people don't like dogs? First of all, and then second of all, I think it's something new
Mhm.
that can draw out spirits, especially if
Mhm.
they love dogs or even if they
Exactly.
hate dogs.
Yeah.
And I think
Exactly.
it works kind of two ways to where um, if I passed away and I was a spirit, I certainly would go be interested in a dog being in my house.
Mhm.
Uh, and
Sure.
and I do think that they do bring out the spirits out a little bit more because it's
Mhm.
so unusual.
Yeah.
It's like the Walker Ames.
Oh yeah.
People go in and out all the time. How many times do they ever see a dog in their house
Nope.
or things like that? And I do think
Right.
that 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 also. Mary said you said that dogs weren't an instrument, but I do believe that they are an instrument in a way that they um, that we can read them,
Yeah.
and so no, I think it's just an idea that something new that can draw out spirits,
Mhm.
and and
Well,
they can see.
especially if they like dogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. For me, I mean, I always look. And Mike knows this. We talked about it. Your dog needs to have basic training, so to speak. Sit, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they have to have a certain personality. I think. I mean, my experience with your lady, she was pretty chill. I mean,
Mhm.
she did not. I think one time I heard her growl once. The whole time I've been doing that with her, and Layla hasn't growled at all. She's just kind of. So I think they need to be well trained, but they need to be not afraid of different environments. Like some dogs are kind of freaky deaky. Now Zuzu, my other dog, my golden doodle, I'm going to bring her on our next one, and I think she'd do really well. But if something's out of place, she don't like it. She may do the
Yeah.
dog freeze like that. So, but I don't think it matters what breed it is. If you've got a real yapper dog, I wouldn't do it. I mean,
Sure.
you want dogs that aren't going to be overreactive and barking at everything that moves, or you know. So
Chasing their own tail too
yeah,
much.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Little bit
I
of that's
also
okay, but
I also think that if you can train dogs, and I'm not just saying just dogs, and
mm,
some people in our group has brought up cats.
cats.
Could they
That's
bring
right.
out
Yeah.
cats, or could they bring out? But if we can, if there's a situation where maybe you can bring a parrot that can talk to you what they see, or
that'd be cool.
Mm,
yeah, and it's just I think this is just the starting level of what we can see. I mean, because if
Yeah.
mm.
dogs can do it, I certainly think cats could do it
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
other animals.
Anybody that's a cat owner out there is gonna know. Good luck training the cat.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true. That's right.
only
Yeah,
if the cat wants to. Only if the
That's
cat
why I'm a
wants to.
dog
yeah,
lover.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love both, but yeah.
Yeah, it's been interesting because a lot of people, why would you bring your dog? It's like, well, they're part of the team.
Yeah,
It's
and I think
important
if you treat
friendship.
him that way and your intent is that way, the
Mhm.
other side sees it more that way also. Linda's got a good question. What's the advantage of working with more than one dog?
Oh, I think they bring just like different investigators, different people on the team. I think they bring in different abilities, different not attitudes, but their energy's different. And I think a lot of them can bring in different evidence. You know, some dogs are real outgoing and real, buoyant, and other dogs are like chill, like Lily was. And
Yeah.
I think Voodoo's pretty chill too. I mean, he seems real chill to me.
Well,
Yeah,
Voodoo is compared to Willow for sure,
yeah,
because
yeah.
Willow is still a year and a half, and she's still kind
No,
of a puppy. Voodoo is
Don't play it off, Mike. Your dogs are the size of semi trucks.
yeah, they
Don't
are.
play.
yeah, Voodoo's 180 pounds, and yeah,
Mhm.
he's a big Great Dane. Uh, but the thing is that any loud noise, and he is out. He is very much skittish with loud noises. Uh, but
Yeah.
that's the only thing that I know of that he's scared of.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
so
that's what I
no,
think is
it's
cool. Yeah.
and I think with more than one dog, like Mary and I, it's funny because Voodoo and Willow, my two dogs, they react to other dogs. But it was
Mhm.
funny when Voodoo went with Layla, he didn't even nothing, which is the weirdest thing. Willow, the same thing. They smelled each other, but that was about it.
Mhm.
Uh, if they were just walking down the street, they probably would have been yapping at each other. But it was almost like they knew they were there for something else. I don't know, but it
Weird.
was weird.
It was really weird. Yeah.
That-
I mean, it's
yeah.
like they were picking up what, I mean, this is what I think. I don't know if it's true, but it's like you said, they knew that something was different here, or they were picking up on the
Voodoo.
energy. Oh,
My dog's barking. Sorry if you can hear it.
yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's great. I like having different dogs on the team. I think it's great.
Yeah. Well, and it's more. It's another. It's another. If you're looking at it from a
Mhm.
purely investigative standpoint, it's another
Mhm.
set of data. It's
Yeah,
another. You
yeah.
know. It's another thing that's collecting information and sharing it with the person handling the dog.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
Mike, I like the idea of other types of pets too. I think that's I think a cool direction you guys could take it.
Mhm.
In the research and well, I Mary sent me some audio clips from some of your investigations with the dogs, and it kind of fits in with you guys talking about it, the dogs can bring things out. It can
Mhm.
draw different things out, and I think some of that comes through. Um, so this first clip, it says it's hi Voodoo. Um, and maybe the answer no. So I'm gonna play this clip, and then you guys can tell us. I'll play it twice, and then you guys can tell us a little bit about it. So
Sometimes it's hard, it may be hard to hear. But
okay, we'll see.
Voodoo. Can you say
I,
voodoo? Okay.
so you hear this hi Voodoo after me, and then it was you or I said, do you want to talk to Voodoo? And you hear this voice, it sounds like one of us said no. So,
Yeah, let me play it. Let me play it again.
How about voodoo?
okay.
Can
Hi
you say
Voodoo.
voodoo? Okay.
No, I'm not going to do it.
That was a pretty strong no.
Yeah.
Um,
It was interesting because, that was through the Ghost Box. So we did some Ghost Box work and
yeah,
work. So, yeah.
yeah. Here's another one. This might be the I Love Voodoo. It
Oh,
says
this is
that's right.
my
Big
favorite.
dog named voodoo.
I love Voodoo. Right after you hear the talk, it's so funny. And it's a kid. It's a kid.
Let me play that one again. Um,
The big dog named voodoo.
it sounds like it's hard to tell if it's young enough to where you can't tell if it's a
It's a boy.
boy or a girl.
My feeling was it was a boy, but who knows?
Okay.
The big dog named voodoo.
Okay, Pete, for some reason I'm not hearing it.
Well, that's too bad.
Okay, I think I heard it before.
It's Let me try one more time here. You see how I treat my guest, guys?
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody want to be on the show?
We're
Here,
used to it.
Mike Lay. Oh, geez. Let me try one more time here.
The big dog is being voodoo.
Didn't hear it?
I mean,
Nope, didn't hear.
Okay.
I heard the first one,
Yeah.
okay.
but then after that. But that's okay.
Okay.
That's all right. Keep going.
So this next clip I'm going to play for you guys twice, and then I'll have Mary talk about it, and then we'll play it again. Okay? I found this one to be creepy, but Mary did not. So hang on. Here we go.
Mrs. Haynes, are you okay that the dogs are here today?
Okay, I'll play it again for you. I'll play it again.
Mrs. Haynes, are you okay that the dogs are here today?
So, Mary, before you talk about it, it was just you and Mike there, right?
Yeah, that was. Oh no, I don't know if Wendy was there that day. I'm not sure. No,
What?
it was
I
just.
didn't hear it. Which one was this one?
Remember Miss James, where I say, you don't mind. What do you think about the dogs doing here? And then she says something to me that was kind of creepy. I think it was just only 3 of us there that day. That was it.
Okay, so it says, "I'll kill you, girl." And now that I've said it, hopefully people can hear it. Here we go.
That one, yes. Okay.
Mrs. Haynes, are you okay that the dogs are here today?
It sounds.
Here's the
That
thing.
one is.
And it
creepy.
sounds
I remember that one.
close. It sounds close to the audio. It sounds close to your recorder too.
Yeah. Well, that was a ghost box. That was total ghost. Oh, thank you, Michael. But that was total ghost box. But see, the thing is with Mrs. Ames is we go way back with dogs because I used to take Eulalie there, and she had told me. I said, "Well, do you like dogs?" And she said, "No, not yet." And she also had told me that she did not like dogs in the house. You know.
Yeah.
And,
The original owners, her parents, had chocolate labs.
yeah.
They had 2 dogs. So originally in that house there were a couple of chocolate labs there.
Yeah.
Before I play some more, Linda had a great question. Do you take any safety measures when investigating with the dogs?
Yeah. I mean, I do. I mean, they're always 99. I would say it depends on where we are. Like, they have harnesses, and depending on where they are, like with Eulalie, I would keep her on a leash, but it just depends on where we were and how she was acting. And I think we're just really careful about where they are, and they're always in sight view. You know, they're always there. You know, we know exactly where they are. They're not running around loose.
So you wouldn't like let them wander around the back of the house out of sight.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And then I did buy some. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Mike.
My dog Willow would probably run. So, yeah, you don't want to let her go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. Oh well, as far as safety stuff, yes, and maybe because we've been at walker range for many times, we know exactly where everything is and stuff like that. But if we were going into a new home, new situation, we'd be a lot more careful.
Oh yeah.
And that's the number one thing. But you know, your dogs are not stupid. They're not going to go if they see a big cliff, they're not going to jump off it. You know, they are pretty smart, and they're not going to do anything that's going to detriment you or themselves. So they're pretty.
Yeah. Spiritually, there's always the spiritual side to this for me. I just got all the dogs some crystals for their collars and some blessed. Who's the saint of animals? I can't. Saint Francis.
Yeah.
So I got those, and it just makes me feel better. I had one for Eulalie way back. She'd always wear it when we, you know.
That's cool.
I got crystals for all the dogs, so we'll be putting those on them at some point.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you feel and that's what you believe in, and you know, that feels right for you, then you got to do it for your you know, family.
Well, yeah, we had an experience at the Cola when Eulalie was sitting in one of the downstairs rooms. There's one of the rooms where the kids have their classes, and she's just sitting there. We're doing an EVP session. All of a sudden, she just screams out like somebody pinched her or grabbed her. or something. So I
Yeah.
immediately took her out of there and checked her and make sure she was all right, and went back in and kind of read the spirits.
Did you capture anything
I
around
think
that
I
time?
did. Yeah, I did. I can't remember, but I remember there was the boys. I think they said I'm sorry or something in that. You
Yeah.
got a lot of stuff there. There are a lot of spirits in that place. Ooh.
Yeah. When we were all there a few years ago, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I still play some of those pieces of audio on the tour because they're so clear.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really interesting. I think if people want to learn more and you're in the area or you want to come to the Ghost Conference, come see Mary and Mike talk about this. I'm super excited to see where this goes.
We are too.
You know, yeah, and so I wanted you guys to share a couple stories of just your time in the paranormal, but I wanted to play a couple pieces of audio. So here's one from the Walker Ames, and so I think you're asking what color is Layla?
Yeah.
Can you tell me the color of this dog? What color is she?
I think they said gold, but I'm not sure. I couldn't tell. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I'll play it one another time here. I thought it said purple.
Oh, well, maybe. Here you go.
Yeah. Hey, okay, here you go.
Can you tell me the color of this dog? What color is she?
Coming up.
It's really quick. Go.
Purple. I don't know.
Yeah, that one, and that's not clear.
And then let's see. I told you no. This is Ghost Box one.
Mrs. Ames, do you still not like dogs? She told me no.
Yeah. So you hear that?
So
when you hear
it
that
was-
bell ring?
It was almost like a singing type
It was a sing
voice.
song. I told you no. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
here we
what-
go.
yeah.
I'll play it again. Here we go.
Mrs. Ames, do you still not like dogs? She told me no.
And I heard her, of course. Yeah.
So you heard that.
Mhm.
Do you think it came through the ghost box, or do you think it
Yeah.
was disembodied? Oh, you think it came through
I
there?
think it came through the ghost box. I mean, I think it did. Yeah. It's kind of.
Okay.
I think they use the white noise maybe to come through. I don't know, but it's kind of. I get a lot of clear ghost box stuff. You already know that. So.
Yeah. Yes, they like to talk to you.
Yeah. I love
Um,
it. I told you no.
yeah. Well, so we got about 10, 15 minutes left here. And so I know you guys have investigated a lot of places and had some experiences. And so I was hoping you could share a couple of stories. Mary, I'm hoping you'll share your USS Turner Joy creeper.
Oh, I love that.
Creeper story, and so why don't you share a story and I'll have Mike share an experience, and then if we'll see where we're at on time, and then do another one.
Yeah.
So yeah, because you guys have cool
Yeah, that was
experiences.
So we've investigated the Turner Joy a couple of times, and so this one time we were on, and there was like one bathroom that was open, and every time the women went in, we were all commenting that we felt like we were being watched. Every woman on the team said it. So enough of this crap. So we went in there and looked for holes in the wall and cameras, all kind of. We couldn't find nothing. Just kind of scoured the whole bathroom. So later on, I said, "Well, I've got to go to the bathroom now." So I said, "I'm taking my recorder." I said, "Well, I'll take a hit for the team. I don't care." And so I'm going back. So I'm going back listening to my recorder, and you can hear me going to peen, and all of a sudden you hear this man go, "Yeah," just like that. I've got the audio, and it's like there was a creepy pervert in the bathroom. I knew it. It was like I just knew it. It was like so I got proof. Yeah, it was like all right, I'm coming back there.
Yeah, well, and not going in the bathroom on your own.
No, we didn't after that. No, everybody knows. Like, no,
Team up, team up.
yeah, that was because every one of us felt like we were being watched and we were creeped out
Yeah,
every time we went to the bathroom. And then to get
yeah.
that audio, it was like, wow. So, yeah.
So Molly commented she liked that Mrs. Ames had said in a singing voice. I
Yeah, I
told you
like that
no.
too. Yeah.
Um, do you find like there seems to be a lot of singing in the spirit world?
Mhm.
Or I mean, have you found that in many places where you get kind of like a singing type response, or you
Mhm.
capture some sort of singing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Um, the Starvation Heights. And Scott and I, of course, have the audio, but Scott and I were downstairs doing, and all of a sudden we heard this woman singing upstairs in the attic. And it was a beautiful voice. We're going, let everybody doing that. Any of us singing? There wasn't. That's the main place. But I've had some other sing song stuff come through the ghost box through the years. But
Yeah.
that one at Starvation Heights was pretty. Oh, and the other place was Contagious Theater ages ago in Tacoma. And they have a lot of shows there, and there were operas. There's opera singers and all kind of different people. All kind of singers and actors.
Yeah.
And we had a woman that came through and was singing in Italian, and she was
Oh.
singing, "Amor a me," which means "love me," and you could hear her singing it. I mean, it's a really short clip, but you can hear this woman singing when we were sitting there doing an EVP session. I didn't hear it at the time, but yeah.
Wow. That's cool. Still singing even on the
Mm-hmm.
other side. And yeah, that's really cool. I mean, the Walker Ames, I've gotten a number of things that sound like singing,
Mm-hmm.
or humming or whistling something,
Mm-hmm.
some sort of tune. And I think it's cool when that happens. Mike, share one of your fun experiences you've had in investigating.
Well,
Wait a second. Let me back up. Let me ask our skeptic, what is your unexplained experience, just to give you a hard time?
well, believe me, when
Loves
when
it.
I had this when I had this experience, I definitely it took I checked it out for an hour and I still couldn't explain it. We're doing an investigation in Montana State Prison,
Oh.
and the group was doing something else, but I was by myself and I was in a solitary. It was just in one cage, with just a little shower or whatever, and it was dark, and all we had was one light. All it had was this one light. It's like this light, except for it was just one bulb. And I was looking into the cage because it was locked up. You couldn't go in, and so you could see my shadow against the wall on the opposite side. And all of a sudden, I saw this shadow. It must have been about 6'1", 6'2", just all of a sudden go from the right to the left. And I looked at it and go, wait a second. I see my shadow, and there's a shadow walking. I see it on the wall,
Differently, yeah.
walking differently. And I go, well, the thing is that it had to have been between the light and me. So it had to have been right behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it was on the other side of the light, it wouldn't have casted it on the wall.
Yeah.
And so I checked everywhere. I couldn't see how this is possible. There was a little window on the opposite side, and I went outside, but the solitary was about 7 or probably about 5 feet below
Right.
Okay.
this window, and so I just couldn't explain it. I don't know what it
Yeah.
was, but that was probably the coolest thing that I've experienced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
That's a
just
good one.
Yeah.
this shadow walking right, and it wasn't in a hurry. It just walked like it was just walking down the street, but I know it was between the light and me, which is about probably 2 feet. So it was between me and the light. So I don't know what it was, but that's
I remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
that's what I experienced.
What's interesting, Mike? Do you remember we went to Cole and we had the tea party with you ladies?
Yes.
Remember that? He was kind of. I think you were a little blown away by that because we were doing this whole tea party with the kids in there, we're talking, and we're getting some stuff back, and at the end I go, so what do we do with the dishes when they're all done? It's like, this little girl's voice, we put them away. It was like, and I think it was like, what? You're like,
that was a cool one.
that was fun. I mean, we had a great time. So yeah, I like investigating with my
next
kids.
time you're on here, I'm gonna have you bring that, and we'll play that for everybody. That very cool. I mean, you guys have just had a lot of experiences. I remember, I often joke that I'm a believer, but I'm more skeptical of the living than the dead. And I remember when we all went to Fort Worden in Port Townsend.
Yeah.
And we went up to go into one of the tunnels at night. And Mike, do you remember we saw like a white shirt, a shoulder of a white shirt and an arm? And we were like, because we had heard a noise. And so remember we kept asking, who's there? Who's there? And it was just still as ever. And it was like, okay, who's there? Who's there? It ended up being a dad with his kids, remember? And it was like, dang the living.
I know.
Because I was like, oh my God, we're like seeing an apparition, and it's just like staying there. And no, it was somebody living. And hey, Rochelle, thanks for watching. She really likes hearing the experiences. It's one thing that I love about this show is bringing on people I know and people I don't know. But it's fun when I bring on people I know to, we can share experiences. I'm really excited to have you guys at the Port Gamble Ghost Conference this year, talking about the research you're doing with investigating with dogs. I think it's really cool. I think it's kind of maybe it could be a new branch of research, that open up other doors, open up other possibilities to what we don't even know yet. Nobody's invented that meter. Well, some people say they have, but nobody's invented that meter that says 10 feet in front of you, there's a 35-year-old male spirit who was shot in the head by a muzzle loader, and he's dead. Nobody has invented anything like that. So maybe dogs can be another good, useful piece in our tool belt of trying to understand and collect evidence, tangible evidence of things we can't see. Like Mike said in the beginning, trying to prove something is there when we can't prove that it's there is hard.
It's really hard.
And Rochelle's, I agree. She says, I think dogs could open up other doors. And I think you guys, especially with your connection to your animals, your family, your four-legged family members, I think that they become an extension of you, and you become an extension of them.
Exactly right. Yep. That's it.
And it's kind of like using dowsing rods. And, the way I see them now, after more time I've had with them, they're an extension of my energy, and they're an extension of me. And, and so the dogs can kind of be like that. They're kind of like the dowsing rods in a sense, an extension of us as we are an extension of them. So really cool stuff. Before we go, I promised before that I would play some audio that I captured at Starvation Heights recently. And so I'd play a couple clips for you guys out there. And if you don't know the story of Starvation Heights, author Greg Olson wrote the book on it. Here it is right here.
It's a great book.
Look it up.
Good. Really good.
And learn about Dr. Linda Hazard and her practice of medicine in Olalla, Washington. And so I got to go there recently, and it was such an informal thing. I did not expect to capture anything. And if you read the story or the story, what we captured was unexpected. And so I'll just play a couple clips here for you, so you can get a sense of what we captured while we were there. And again, there was like a party going, like a gathering going on, a social thing gathering going on. So you'll hear people talking and laughing, but let me just say, there were no children at this event. So I'll play that one for you again. So it sounds like a kid that says, "Hi, Mom."
Yeah. Or
Hi,
hi,
Mom.
mommy, or something like that. Yeah, hi,
Yep.
mom. You can hear those. You can hear
Yep.
that.
Here's another one. This was all within a 2-hour period, by the way. Very informal. That one might be a little hard to hear. There seems to be a voice that I believe says, "I'm ready."
Oh yeah, I could hear that. Right
Okay.
towards the end, right? Yeah.
Yep. And I got 2 more quick ones here. This one you'll hear my lovely wife, Molly. She asks a question, and I was in the area with the dowsing rods asking if somebody was there that wanted to talk to us, and I was getting responses. So here you go.
Hi, is there anyone here that wants to say hi?
Something said yes on the dowsing rods. So right after she asked her question, there's a direct response back to her.
Hi, is there anyone here that wants to say hi?
Something said yes on the dowsing
Yep.
rods. Sounds like a boy that says hi.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then this last one is, I think I know what it says, but we'll see here. So you hear the group talking, everybody's chatting, and then there's this kid's voice in there.
Yeah. I can hear that. Yeah.
I think it says, "Okay, kids, come on."
Yeah. Someone's commenting on it. Yeah. It almost sounds like that. I mean, you can hear, come on. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Okay,
like,
kids, come on. So anyways, just wanted to throw those out there. I promised on my last show that I would play some of those when I could. It was an honor to be there. It was really cool. I've been wanting to go there for a long time, and
yeah.
so it was
Such a cool place.
it was really cool, and the owners were so kind and gracious. But they also shared a lot of horror stories with me about teams and people investigating out there, and or people just showing up. And so I would say, along with all of this, and it's exciting and it's fun, you also have to remember to be respectful of people's space and their person and their property and their space. And if you are a paranormal investigator, you should understand that.
Exactly. Yep.
Absolutely.
And so I just want to throw that out there too, that people's space should be respected as well. But anyways, it was so fun to be out there. It's been a great conversation tonight. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Pete.
This is always fun to talk to you guys. What you're doing is really cool. I'm excited to see where it goes. Like I said, they'll be at the Port Campbell Ghost Conference November 7th through the 9th, so be sure to catch their presentation, and I think you'll get to meet the four-legged investigators. Mike will ride his. Mike will put a saddle on his and ride his in like a steed. I'm not kidding, folks. These dogs are giant.
He's beautiful. He's so cool. I love him.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much, and I will leave you. I will leave my guests and everybody out there watching. Thanks so much for hanging out and being with us, Linda. What a great show tonight. Thanks, Pete, Mary, and Mike. Absolutely, it's an honor to do this. Thank you all so much.
Well, thank you, Pete.
And I'll leave you all with this, and I will see you. I think it's September 17th is my next show, and I'm going to have Jason Hassler on from Big River Paranormal, and also the radio show Hassler and the Paranormal. So,
All right.
so I'll leave you all with this wonderful quote. This is from my wife Molly. The earth is heavy. The earth is heavy, but the universe is light. When met with stress or sorrow or even overwhelming joy, know that today is the history of tomorrow. Accept it for what it is and move forward into the brightness of the next moment.
Yeah.
And with
Nice.
that,
Yeah. Love it.
I leave you guys.
Bye.
And thanks,
Bye,
everybody.
Pete.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you.